Welcome back, Mastercrafted Gaming fans. Are you ready to cast off the oppressive yoke of Gallic and his empire? Well, I'm Billy, Capgun Smith, and I'm here to give you a little sneak peek of the free dwarf list. As you may have read in the main rulebook, there are two separate factions of dwarfs. So we have the Imperial Dwarfs, which are really well represented by the standard dwarf list in the main rulebook. We also have the free dwarfs. These guys aren't taking any of Gallic's bollocks. See what I did there? And they broke off and made their own list. The first unit I'd like to talk about are the Spear Levy. Those of you familiar with Vanguard have probably seen this unit already. These guys have a little bit lower defense because they're kind of untrained soldiers, but what they're awesome at is they have phalanx and they come with Pathfinder. So you can park these guys in a wood, they can move around freely and just get in the way and hopefully cause some havoc and protect those flanks from flyers. I think they're really cool at only 120 points. They also give you another great option to put throwing mastiffs on, which will become very important here shortly. Next up is the Gerund Bombardier. You're probably thinking, I've already seen the Gerund Bombardier. Why are we talking about this? Well, the free dwarf variety gets an awesome additional upgrade. So for 10 points, you can make it a Gerund Ironmonger. What this does is it gives both of its attacks shattering, which it didn't have before, which is super cool. You can shoot that shattering 60 inches across the board. And it gives it Aura Iron Resolve to war engines, which is awesome, because how many times have you had your little trio of war engines sitting together and they just start taking plink wounds, plink wounds, plink wounds? You can't dedicate resources to try to heal that, or, So what that does is kind of keeps them going a little bit longer, keeps them alive. I think this is a really cool addition to our list, and I think that shattering is going to be really important depending on what kind of list you decide to play. We've already heard about the Greater Earth Elemental in the Forces of Nature video, and you've likely seen the one in the Dwarf book if you're watching this. So what's awesome about the free dwarf version, though, is for 25 points you get a unique upgrade. A lot of people were lamenting the loss of Bennett Kolarm and his buddy Kragoth, and I just think their whole Rocket and Groot, Han and Chewie dynamic is super cool, and this turns them into one awesome model. So, like I said, for 25 points, this unique upgrade, you can turn your Greater Earth Elemental into Kragoth and Kolarm. What this gets you is Scout, so now he's moving 12 inches up the board before the game starts, a Fireball 10 attack, and he inspires himself, which I think is super cool. So, really quickly, the fluff behind that is, this book takes place 10 years after the events of the Abyss War, and so Kragoth starts to break down, and Bannock, being his, the Han to his Chewie, decides he's got to help him out and got to fix him. So he seeks out a warsmith, and they upgrade him with this massive furnace, reinforce his joints with steel, and just generally make him more awesome. I think this guy is super great because you can get some of that fireball and then surge action, and who doesn't want a giant fire-shooting Earth Elemental? I think that's the coolest thing ever. I've got a lot of really awesome modeling ideas that I cannot wait to get started. I've heard a lot of people disappointed at the loss of Sferi Egalax in the standard dwarf list, which is weird because nobody ever played with him, But I'll tell you this, he is awesome in 3rd edition, and especially for your free dwarfs. So he's right around the same cost as your standard King on Large Beasts, but what he gets is a bump up in speed, more attacks, more nerve, takes a little hit on Thunderous Charge, and fairly substantial hit on defense. But the real kicker for this guy is his aura. So he has Aura Wild Charge +1 for Berserkers. Now this works on your Foot Berserkers. They're already Wild Charge D3. Now they're charging a minimum of 12 inches, up to 14 inches. That's incredible. Or you can have them run around with your Brock Riders. Now they're charging 17 inches, which is crazy. Tack on the Mead of Madness, tack on the Brew of Haste, you're going to be golden. I really like Sferi Egalax, and I think he's going to see a lot of play in a lot of people's free dwarf armies, mine included. I saved this model for last because I think this is one of the coolest, most flavorful units in the entire free dwarf army, and that is the Dwarf Packmaster. Now this guy is a pretty standard character. He's about 90 points, and he comes with a homing throwing mastiff attack. So this is basically a reusable throwing mastiff. Always hits on 4s, only 6 shots, but it still has piercing 1, which is awesome. Now, combine that with his awesome unique upgrade, the Mastiff Munchberries. Who doesn't love alliteration? I know I do. And basically that gives all throwing Mastiff and homing Mastiff attacks within 6 inches vicious, which is super cool. I think if you combine that with the shattering you're going to get from the mortar and the cannons, you're going to be looking at some serious damage. And who doesn't love just yelling, "Release the hounds," and seeing as your opponent's units are taken off the board by angry dogs? I literally cannot wait to get this guy. I just ordered one online because I figured they were going to sell out as soon as information about this unit gets released. And I can't wait to paint him up and add him to my army. Seriously, guys, this is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the free dwarfs. There are so many options in this list. I cannot wait to start playing with it and unlocking, all the little secrets that I can pull out of it. I'm already seeing like heavy mastiff lists. I'm already seeing lists with lots of Pathfinder. I'm seeing lists with lots of not irregular berserkers and rangers. And I literally just cannot wait for everybody else to see it and feel as excited as I am. So make sure you pre-order your Armies of Panathor books so they can get to you as quick as possible. And stop complaining on the dwarf page, because this list is really great. All right, well, until next time, guys, I'm Billy Capgun Smith, and I hope you have a super duper day.
Welcome back, Mastercrafted Gaming fans. We are bringing you, and by we, I mean me, because the other guy's not so important. Anywho, that's right, another army review. Before we start, no, it's not Kingdoms of Men, okay? It ain't, not it. Not yet. Just be patient. We're bringing you a super awesome army, the Salamanders. The only ones who've been crying more to have an army review than Kingdoms of Men. So that's right, folks. Send Kyle messages so that way he just gets blowed up so he knows which ones to run next. If I don't live through this, know that it was Kyle. Anywho, yep, Salamanders. They obviously have an army special upgrade. They have the Effigy of Fire. It's once per game. After the unit rolls to damage in melee, you may now choose to re-roll D3 of the dice that failed to damage. Once used, the unit's Effigy of Fire is destroyed and cannot be used again for the remainder of the game. So it's like, one-time use Vicious. Super awesome. 5 points, who cares? Instead of a Blade of Slashing, get a one-time use of Vicious. Cool. Next up, we have the Ancients. You remember them from the formation? Remember the super awesome formation in Cock 19 where they got Inspiring? Well, now they have Inspiring all the time. Only issue is they don't unlock, but they're dash 17 for a regiment, crushing strength 1, they inspire, they can get the Effigy of Fire upgrade, so that's kind of awesome. So instead of having your hero run around having inspire, you just got a chunk of troops going down the line. That's, I don't know about you, but I'm super excited. This will more than likely be my next army I do. I know I did the whole poll, and then I'm like, nope, Salamanders. Whatever, I'm just trying to be a cool kid by playing an army of fire. Next up, we have the Salamander Ceremonial Guard. You may notice now they come in troops, regiments, and hordes. Before, your only source of phalanx in the army in second edition was the Ceremonial Guard. Well, now you could take them as a horde, because before as a regiment that was kind of weak. So Crush Strength 1, you got phalanx. They too can take Effigy of Fire. You notice a theme here. So yeah. Again, nothing super spectacular, but hey, you can't build the pyramids without a couple just bricks, and having a phalanx seems like it's going to be super important this edition. You remember Tyrants? I remember Tyrants. You remember how they were kind of like, they had that goofy waiver, it was like 1428 or something dumb, I don't know. Now Tyrants are dash 17 with 30 attacks. Hitting on 4s, Crush Your Strength 2, Wild Charge D3, so they do lose the Brutal, but you're definitely going to go, and oh, your speed 6. So you're definitely going to charge 12, possibly up to 15 with 30 attacks. Again, one more time, 30 attacks. Next up, Battle Captain, 55-point little hero. Nothing major, Crush Strength 2, individual, yippee skippy. Oh, but wait, he has the Path of Fire. Only one dude can take it, but it's Aura Pathfinder. This is for heavy infantry only. So I'm not saying that obviously Salamander army would have Salamander primes. But, yeah, he walks behind those. Oh, baby. Now they have Pathfinder. Now they don't care they don't 4s. Oh, those are cool trees, bro. I'm going to walk right through them. So what? Have a good day. Yeah, 55 points. You take a little aura for 15 points. So now, what's that make him? What, 70 points? That's pretty sweet. Scorch Wings. Yeah. All right, I'm going to name drop Joey Greek here because he's one of the best-known Salamander players out there, at least to me, because, Mid-Atlantic, go baby. A big complaint you used to hear from him a lot, and Salamanders all over the place, was the Clan Lord on Fire Drake. The nerve was kind of junk, and he was a dragon, but he wasn't a dragon. That's been fixed. Now he's a whopping 300 points, but he's 1719, crushing strength 2, fly, inspiring, nimble, and he has fire breath, 12-inch, steady aim. 15 attacks. So yes, he does hit on 4s instead of 3s, but 15 attacks, defense 5. Oh baby, I mean, you got your dragon. Okay? Yeah. I mean, big old stompy dragon, flying around, doing dragon stuff, breathing on people. Sadly, he doesn't get the cool FG of fire, but whatever. I mean, it's cool stompy dragon. So, meh, that ain't bad. All right, so yes, this is the obligatory per each book drop special Jesse guest appearance. Hopefully I didn't offend anyone, unlike my ogre video. Your tears make me powerful. Anywho, yeah, Kyle will probably be back. Personally, if it was up to me, we would just not do Kings of Men till last, just because everyone wants to see it. But this is why I don't have any friends, and this is why Kyle's super successful, and I teach high school kids, so of course I act like them. So, anywho, yeah, next time it'll be Kyle, and he'll probably do something cool. I'm out.